Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. A lot of people ask me in my videos why I worry about or make a note of when we come to these dump stations like this one here at Bronte, why we mention that it's a threaded line or just a cut line and why it's important. Well, let me tell you why it's important. Okay, so this is why it's important. See the line there with the water hose, and then you come down here and this is threaded? Well, the other hose, the green hose that I'm holding in my hand, is my hose. I have to connect this to that. If it wasn't threaded, I wouldn't be able to connect it. And why I have to connect it? And why I have to connect it is for this thing. This thing is as you can see, it's a little rusty from being, I keep it down there in the back bumper. This has jets, four little holes on the end here, and it sprays out water with some high pressure, and I'll show you where this goes. So you take this and you connect it to that hose that I was holding in my hand earlier. You connect it to the other end. So after it's connected, what I do is I run it through my kitchen window here. Usually I have a person to help me out, and I run it through there, and then I bring it through and I bring it to my washroom and I put it down the toilet. Now once it's in the toilet, I can turn on just by this lever right here. When it goes on, you can hear all the water. So what it's doing is those four jets are spraying high pressure water in all four directions on the side of the tank. So if there's any loose toilet paper or toilet paper that's hung up or any other kind of solids that are lodged anywhere, it will get rid of it. And then you just move it up and down. You do that for about 5 or 10 minutes, depending on how full your tank is. Let your black tank fill up a little bit, and then you flush it out. I do that about 2 or 3 times, depending on how bad it is, depending on what the lineup is behind me, and then I'm good to go. So the other reason, if you don't have the, okay, so this is not an old-fashioned way, but this is the older way of doing it, the way I'm doing it. A lot of newer trailers, almost every newer trailer now, has what they call a flush out. It's usually around here, right where the drain hose is, and it may not be where your city water is, but it may be maybe off to the side or something. It's for a flush out, and all you do, and it's usually a threaded line, and all you do is you take that hose from there and you screw it into there and you turn it on, and what it has inside is some kind of a flushing mechanism that's powered by the pressure of the water, and it just spins high-powered jets, just like your dishwasher maybe, or just like this, just like that hand wand that I have that I'm using, but just in a built-in manner, and it sprays around the tank and gets everything off the sides of the tank and flushes it out and cleans it out too, so you can get a clean tank at the end of each use. After it fills up enough, then you come down here and just like normal, you pull your black tank lever and you'll see all the water come rushing out here. Now what you want is clear water, just like that. There, you don't want to have any coloration or any deposits going. Now another tip is, this is the last trip for me, and I'm winterizing after this, so I'm going to let all the water drain out of the black tank, just like I would do all the tanks. But if you're in the middle of the summer and you're going camping again, the tip is always leave maybe half a gallon to a gallon, depending on how big your tank is, of water in the bottom of the black tank. Never just have it dry and drain completely. Always put a little bit of water in it. That way when you're driving home, it swishes around and anything you didn't get, because let's be honest, you're not going to get everything completely clean, but you'll do the best you can. But what that water does is keep everything lubricated in the tank, and anything that's still stuck in there as you drive home, whether it's an hour or 3 hours or 6 hour drive, it's going to swish around and break a lot of stuff down and dislodge stuff too. And if you're going to get a hose, get one of these very handy hoses that just compact up, and I'll put a link down in the description below where you can get this. It folds up very easy for storage and stuff like that, and then when you put the water on, let me show you what it does. When you turn the water on, it grows, as you can see, like that. It fills with water, and it gets probably 5 or 6 times as long as it was before. Then when you turn the water off, it all goes back. What is with all these ladybugs? They're everywhere lately. As you can see, there's like dozens of them all over the trailer, everywhere. It's safe to say that this is an infestation of these orange ladybugs. I don't think they're ladybugs. Some of them, see, some of them are like orange like that, and they bite too. And it's in the fall, so I don't know why they're coming out now as opposed to all summer long. Okay, let's finish up in a truck, get away from all these ladybugs. So another reason why you want to get all the water out of that black tank when you're winterizing is because, you know, you don't want any water in there, because over the winter months it's going to freeze to ice. So even if it's a little bit on the bottom, it may be okay, but why take a chance? What you're going to be doing when you're winterizing with the pink antifreeze is you're going to be running it through all the lines. So it's going to run through the toilet line, and some's going to go down into the black tank. You don't need a lot. I would suggest you put a little bit down there, let it swish around, keep there for the winter. So if there is any water, it takes out all the water or dilutes with the water, and it won't freeze. So that's the main reason why you don't want any water in there. So there you have it, folks. That's the reason why I think that Ontario Parks needs to add more, not take away these little threaded lines at the dump out station. Now, I get it. A lot of people say a lot of times when it's busy, you won't have time to do that. And I get it. You have to respect people's time and stuff like that and be courteous. So don't sit there and take half hour cleaning out your black tank while there's a lineup of 10 cars on a long weekend. I'm not suggesting that at all. But when you have the time, it's a good idea to do it. Maybe every second or third trip if you can do it. But by taking out these lines, and with manufacturers putting these flush systems built in, I mean, Ontario Parks are like, you know, basically going against that. Now, I get it. What Ontario Parks are trying to do is they don't want any cross-contamination. They don't want anyone to get sick or hurt. So they don't want to be liable. It's all about, you know, it's 2023. It's all about CYA and liability. So that's, I think, the direction from what I've been told, why they're going away from it. So I get that part of it, but they have to come up with some solution, because we need these lines threaded and we need to clean out our tanks. I mean, it's that simple. Anyways, folks, if you've got any different opinions or any other ideas or suggestions, leave it down in the comments below. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.